All right, let's go live to FD Party member Hugh Bronson. Hugh, thanks for your time. I spoke just last hour to your colleague Hans-Jörg Müller, also from your party. I think a lot of people may have been a little concerned about what he had to say and his thoughts about what Islam was about and where it was going. We'll come to that in a minute, but I want to come back to you and start with the first question that I asked your colleague. Europe, a bastion of freedom. People come there, they should be able to do what they want to do within reason and surely follow any religion they want to follow. What's your problem with that?
Well, we have no problem with that at all. By the way, we are not an anti-migration party. We are for controlled immigration. For controlled migration, that is a big, huge difference. Of course, we cannot allow for the borders, for the gates just to be open for everybody who wants to come in, who wants to settle down here. No other country does that. We have to have controls. We have to have an overview over the number of people who want to live here. We have to have a number of an overview of the people who seek asylum in Germany. We are a very welcoming country, and we are a very Christian country.
Well, in fairness, that's what Angela Merkel's been trying to do by brokering this deal with Turkey. And they are trying to sort it out. The numbers of immigrants coming across from Turkey, etc., has reduced of late. So they are trying to do something about it. But let's go back to this. Your manifesto there, banning women wearing a full-face veil in public. Why shouldn't they do that if they want to do it in the land of the free that is Europe?
Well, they have to comply to German law. And of course, you have to be recognized. Let's say if you go to a town hall, if you apply for a driving license, if you complete some forms you have to complete, if you have to appear in court, of course, you have to show your face. And it doesn't work if you are fully covered and you cannot be recognized. The only thing that can be seen
really your problem with it?
Are your eyes. It is just not enough.
Is that really your problem with it?
Of course, it's one of the many problems. That is one of our problems, yes, of course. We have to recognize these people.
And what about the banning of minarets, the banning of calling to prayer?
Well, it's not exactly saying a ban of minarets. What we're trying to say is we want to cut foreign money coming into Germany used to build mosques. We are not against mosques. They can be built, but these mosques have to be financed by money coming from Germany, like Austria has it, and it works perfectly well.
But what about Jews in a synagogue? I mean, where do you draw the line here? Are you going to say that, what's your next step here? Could it be you clamping down on that?
No, of course not. I mean, the Jewish community in Germany is assimilated very, very well. They don't build parallel societies like the Muslim people in Germany very often do. They want to stick to themselves. They don't mingle. They create areas where they try to implement their Sharia laws and their Islamic belief system.
Should you be reaching out your arm as a fellow European
with the Jewish community?
But should you be reaching out your arm trying to integrate these people better than if you're saying you're doing that? Isn't the onus on you to say, hey, tell me more about what you're doing. Let's see if we can integrate better. Maybe pie in the sky may not be achievable, but at least give it a go.
Yeah, well, we have tried to give it a go. There are many offers. We're inviting these people to language courses to learn German. We're offering them any help in all sorts of areas. But you must remember that this is not a one-way street.
What do the majority say to that? Are you not just focusing on the minority that you're worried about that might be radicalized?
Well, you have to focus on everyone who is coming into this country and wants to live here. I mean, it is not a one-way street. These people have to be ready to be integrated. And if they refuse any help, if they just stick to themselves, speak their own language, even in the third generation, as we've seen from people who came in the 1960s to start as workers in Germany. Now, there's only so much you can do. If there is no answer coming back, it's pretty much a one-way street, and this is not what we want.
I was confused by the last guest I spoke to, your colleague Hans-Jörg Müller. He seemed to be implying, but I may have misread it, that he was saying that he seemed to be getting Islam mixed up with radical Islam. You seem to be implying, but I'm sure I heard him wrong, but I want you to clarify, that Islam was a threat and that every person that was Muslim was a kind of a threat.
No, of course not. You can't be serious about this. I mean, we've got 1.4 billion Muslims living in this world. And famous critics like Hamad Abdel Samad have said, rightly said, not every Muslim is carrying a Quran and has a self-detonating bomb under his coat. This is nonsense. But there is a strong group of very radical Islamists who are reaching out and trying to change society. And these are the people we are worried about.
We have breaking news.
This man received death threats and we have all looked the other way.
Won't even answer that question. Answer one question.
America, last time I checked, was the home of the brave.